Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising. And Taurus, this is your weekly intuitive tarot reading for the week of March 9th to the 15th. This week you do have the Priestess Oracle card. You have the Two of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, King of Pentacles, Strength, the Tower, and the Knight of Pentacles. Yes, Taurus, so we do have the Tower. Obviously that can be it can be a strong energy. It's really there for your greater good, though, to get you back on your life path. That Wheel of Fortune indicates that it is the right timing for something to be pulled apart in your life, for something that was built on a foundation that wasn't solid to be dismantled, so that you can, get onto your life path and truly move towards greater stability. And you've got the Strength card here, which is really, about having the strength and courage to move through that time. But you are moving into a place of much greater stability, where you can really trust the process. It's going to lead you to a much greater sense of satisfaction and abundance. So the Tower could be the only thing that's blocking you from reaching that, Taurus. So I'm going to start off by reading out that Oracle card, Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? The Priestess is a teacher dedicated to service, freedom, and leadership. You don't need to have it all together to lead. In fact, it helps if you don't. No one wants a perfect angel who hasn't made any mistakes. Let your life be your message. Don't underestimate the power of sharing your story. It's by hearing someone else's journey that we feel less alone. We realize that we're actually in this thing called life together. The difference between a follower and a leader is that a leader has the courage to go first. In stepping out, they shine a light on the path for others to venture forward to. Don't fret too much about trying to work out who is your tribe. Don't get stuck in age, income, hobbies, or occupation. The best way to discover your tribe is to look in the mirror. It's about stepping up and being the leader, maybe stepping up and really deciding in life what you want, and then going about it and allowing things to fall away that are not in alignment with that. In the recent past here, Taurus, we have the Two of Pentacles. Now, the Two of Pentacles for me in this particular reading is definitely a sign of instability. And obviously instability can come in many different forms, and this is a general reading. It could be emotional instability, maybe from being in a situation that's not meeting your needs. You could be dealing with a partner who you're unsure about, or that is unsure about you. It could be about, being in a work situation that you're just not happy with, contemplating whether to stay or go, being indecisive about a major life transition, maybe, moving states or towns, not knowing whether to move home, all of these kinds of things. Or sometimes we just feel emotionally unstable within ourselves because we're processing different emotions, letting go of our stuff, all of that kind of thing. But, obviously the Two of Pentacles energy is, it's long term we don't want to be in it because it can really throw us off balance. So it's a good time to, sort of really reflect on what areas of your life have been causing you to feel unstable, to not feel balanced, maybe to feel indecisive. It's that kind of energy. It can be just, because you've been in a period of just being too busy for a long time. Two of Pentacles can be busyness and feeling like you have to juggle everything, and then eventually things come undone because, you had too much on, too many competing priorities, all of that sort of thing. And at some point something's got to give, or maybe an area of your life is literally falling down because you haven't been able to put your time and energy into it because you might have been spread too thin. So, really with that Two of Pentacles, we see the character in the card there can't get both of those feet on the ground because he's too busy juggling those pentacles. So really we want to restore balance back into life after Two of Pentacles energy. And, I really feel that's why the Tower is here for you this week, Taurus. It's really about bringing down something that was unstable, was unbalanced. It's teetering on this foundation that it's just not a solid foundation for whatever it is. And in time, it only takes one bolt of universal lightning or a small push and it comes down. So yeah, we do have the Tower this week, guys, but we really need to trust in divine timing. This is the right time for something in your life to complete, to come down, to reveal what is behind it, to bring you back to a place of greater stability. The Wheel of Fortune says that whatever you had to learn from this situation is complete. Maybe you're ending a karmic contract. That could be with a lover or partner, a friendship, even a family member, depending on the context. Or it could even be, karmic contract in the workplace, having to learn something through somebody else, maybe needing to learn what it's like to take stress into the body so that then you can, not make that mistake again. You can live a different lifestyle. So many different meanings here. But the Wheel of Fortune is about a luck change. It's time for those tables to turn. And it really is strongly linked to our karmic ties. And the Wheel of Fortune is said to have a 10-year energy. Some of you could have been in this previous chapter for 10 months, 10 weeks, maybe 10 years. And the decisions that you make now can have the ability to influence your next decade. So the focus energy this week, we have the Tower. Some of you, may have already been experiencing the rumblings of this, or, you might be in the throes of it this week, or it might play out over the next couple of weeks, because obviously I know this is the reading for this week, but timing can be quite fluid. Now, I inquired for some more information about what the Tower was about, and the Nine of Swords came out. So it's not specific, but it's something that has been causing you a great amount of mental stress, because the swords are, it's mental energy. It's our thoughts that consume us. Obviously, that can be linked to a situation that makes us feel that way. It's the things that keep you awake at night, the anxieties. Anxiety is obviously linked to, the future. Maybe you're worried about how things are going to work out if you stay in this job, stay in this relationship. Or depression, which is linked to the past, regrets over things, despair, feeling sad about things that didn't work out, or expectations that weren't met. It can be that sense of negativity, victim mentality. So obviously this needs to come down, because it's causing you, once again, it just links into that great instability here. It's probably maybe a little bit of mental and emotional instability, maybe a lot for some of you. So the Tower, needs to fall. Now, the Tower is a blessing in disguise, because it's the universe's way of getting your attention, of bringing something down so that then you can see what's behind it, so you can get back on your life path. So what's meant to come in for you can come in, so you can face a new direction. It can be a huge awakening, a revelation. It can be the shattering of an illusion. Maybe some of you have seen a situational person through rose-tinted glasses, and it's like the mask's coming off. You can see things for exactly, what they are, who they are, the impact they've had on your life, and then you can make an informed decision on how to move forward. Or sometimes the Tower makes the situation so chaotic that there is no way to patch it up and repair it, and that's the idea, because the temptation can be with the Tower to rebuild it. If we rebuild the same tower, we find ourselves, repeating that cycle, and then at some stage we're back to the same point where the tower's ready to fall again. So if there is anything to be salvaged in this situation, we need to rebuild a new tower on a different foundation that is solid and stable. So that can look like, getting relationship counseling if you want to save a relationship or marriage, having open conversations if it's in the workplace, and maybe even changing teams, changing roles, that kind of thing. So, the Tower also indicates that whatever the situation is just wasn't a fit for you anymore. We have a round crown on a square tower. It's not in alignment with you. Maybe you've changed and shifted. We're always evolving. We're always changing. Maybe some of you are now, operating a lot more from the portal of the heart, from the higher self, whereas before you were really driven by your thoughts and mind and mental energy. And then sometimes, when we make that shift from head to heart, it really illuminates what's not in alignment for us, and it's amazing how things start to fall away. People start to leave our life. Yes, it can be chaotic. Yes, it can be painful, but it is for the greater good. There is a lot of grace involved with the Tower. So when I see it, I think, oh yeah, it can be chaotic, but you just wait, because everything will be so much brighter behind that. So it's exciting to see the strength energy here, guys, because strength is all about having the strength and courage, the support, to move through this situation. It talks about, bringing our inner demons under control, or maybe it's somebody else around you who needs to control their inner demons, that beast within, that ego side, that mind, that over-analyzing that we saw in the Nine of Swords. And the angel represents the higher self. This is a reminder to, as you're going through this Tower moment, to connect with your higher self. Think about what you really, really want. What are your wants, needs, and desires? And don't compromise on those. You know, it's having that awakening to the fact that, you know, once we quieten the mind, that, you know, our truth and our authentic power can really shine through. That's where we unlock our infinite potential, not when we're operating from the lower states. So this is about, you know, rising up, being called to step up and lead, leading forth with your life, making clear decisions about what you want, and having the courage to go after them and follow through and allow towers to fall that don't serve and rebuild new towers. Beautiful. Yeah, I love that. And in the future, guys, or near future, this is near future, we have Knight of Pentacles and King of Pentacles. The first word that comes to mind when I see these cards is trust. There's a theme this week that you need to trust this process, trust this journey, and trust why this tower is falling. And it's falling because it's going to lead you to a much greater sense of stability, security, and abundance in your life. Now, the Knight of Pentacles can be an offer of solidity or stability coming into your life. You know, after this period of being in instability, uncertainty, indecision for so long. So yeah, it could be, you know, a new financial offer, a new job offer, a new home. Pentacles is our material, physical realm, so it's something within that. Yeah, it can be a relationship in the sense that, you know, a relationship can be a solid, stable structure. You know, we have a lot of earth energy here, could be with an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, but obviously this is your energy as well. So it's about you coming back into your power, coming back to who you are and all your earthly energy. The Knight of Pentacles is also about laying new foundations. So it's a perfect follow-on from the Tower. So you're going to let this one fall, and then we're going to lay new foundations. We're going to work the land of our life so that it's fertile and ready to take new seeds that will grow and develop and expand into great abundance in the future. That's the Knight of Pentacles. So once again, getting clear with what you really want, tuning into the portal of the heart and the intuitive centers, and then putting the plans in place, taking the inspired action to get there, because of course nothing just happens if we don't make changes, if we don't take action. That's really important. So the Knight of Pentacles knows that by doing that, you know, the harvest will be able to be reaped in the next season. He knows it's not going to happen now, but he is all about patience. He understands that. He takes those efficient, methodical steps. And he understands that good things take time. The Knight of Pentacles is a slower moving knight in the tarot deck, guys. And the King of Pentacles is sort of like the progression. They both hold the seed. They both know that they have to continuously plant seeds in order to reap abundance in their life. It's an ongoing process and it's a cycle. It never stops. But the King of Pentacles is the master of, you know, establishing his own sense of security and stability and worldly material possessions and growth as well. So, you know, that's the offer that's on the table if you can let this tower fall, is moving into a much more stable place in your life that will grow and expand and turn into abundance, whether that's in relationships, whether that's in financial and money matters, or, you know, business, career, because this is a general reading, guys. But yeah, that is the potential here that we see. And, you know, the King of Pentacles for me, you know, there is a strong sense of trust. Trust this process and trust that the outcome will come and it will unfold in the time it's meant to. So Taurus, I'm going to leave it there. I wish you all the best with it this week. Do keep in mind it's a general reading, not saying everyone will go through a tower moment this week. Feel free to leave me a comment because I always love to know if it resonates and how it's unfolding in your daily life. And I'll see you back here next week for another reading.